Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for the 10th update of the Rolling 10 Project Pan for 2023. And I have about 4 rollouts here. I finally got a new iPhone, so I'm filming for the first time on it. So if I look a little different or the quality is a little bit different, hopefully for the better, that's why I'm really excited, because I've had my old phone for like 7 years, which is crazy. I'm excited, but let's just get into the update. I'm gonna start with my lip products first. First lipstick is Cashew by Bite. Looks like this, and here's a swatch of it. So I wanted to use this 15 times. Since the last update, I used it 5 more times, but yeah, I still have 2 more uses to get to 15. And I've enjoyed it. I just found myself mixing it with like a pinkier color that we're gonna talk about, just because it looks a little, like, it does look good on me, but I feel like sometimes it looks a little too brown. It depends. And I just want something to kind of like brighten it up a little bit, you know what I mean? So I actually am wearing this today mixed with a little bit of the pink I'm going to talk about. There's like a little bee imprinted there, and you can't really see the bee as much now, which is a good sign that it's getting use. So yeah, it is coming down, and I'm really happy about that. Next, we have the Bare Minerals matte liquid lipstick in the shade Juju. This is what I'm wearing today mixed with Cashew. Like, really make a nice in-between type of color, because this by itself feels a little too pink for this time of year, like what I like to use. So they both even each other out or balance each other out really well. I was able to use it 9 more times, hitting my 15 use goal. I actually used it 2 more times past its goal. So that's exciting, and I'm happy about that, because I really do love this lipstick. I think it's a really great formula. I was really questioning if I was going to want to pull for this, because again, it is a little pinkier than what I like to wear this time of year. But it turns out I really like that, because a lot of my 2 brown lipsticks needed that brightening effect, and I really enjoyed it. So we'll see in the spring if I want to use it more on its own. I feel like my brain is fried right now. Like, I had a half day at work, and I had like a meeting after that for something else, and I feel like my head is like not all there. So I'm sorry if I sound really weird. And I think filming on the new phone is like throwing me off too. I'm like not used to it. So pardon me if I'm like not with it today. All right, the next lipstick is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi. And this I want to finish up completely. I used it 10 times since the last update. And I did say the last time that I think it will be done in 10 uses approximately. And while this is pretty empty now, like when I kind of scrape against the side, I'm not picking up that much product. I still see a lot of product on the brush there and on the applicator. Not a whole lot, but enough to get like probably another 5 uses out of it at least. We'll see. I'm not considering this empty just yet. It still definitely has a few more uses left to go. Nothing against the shade, and yes, I do enjoy it, but I think it is time to start like moving on to like fresher lip products, if you know what I mean, especially in like the nude kind of category, because I have a bunch of those, but they're all like pretty up there in age now. So last lip product is the Mauve Lip Liner. This is by NYX, and I also wanted to get 15 uses on this. I used it once the last update, and then this update I used it 12 times, bringing me up to 13, 2 more times to use this, and then I can kick it out. Been really enjoying using this a lot. It does have a little bit of red in there, but not super red. It's like a medium. And I've been enjoying it. I think it looks really great on its own, which I can't say that a ton about a lot of lip products in my collection right now. I feel like a lot of things I like to mix these days, but this one can stand by itself or be mixed and be great. So, yep, I still have 2 more uses left on this before I can roll it out of the project. And I don't think that's going to be a problem, because I do like it. So it's a great product. It's just, you know, it's a lip pencil, so it's a little bit drying. I do have to base it with like a lip balm or something, but it's good. Strike a Pose Rose by Wet n Wild, this really old school blush. My goal was to use this 15 times. The last update, I had used this up to 13 times, and I only had 2 more uses to get to 15, which I did do that. So I'm able to roll this out. I feel like all these products have literally had the same goal with the same amount of usages. I don't know, am I tripping or something? But yeah, got this to its usage goal and rolling it out. I was debating decluttering this. I still haven't decided that. because I don't know, my brain is like so fried these days that I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just like, yeah, let's just keep it. I kind of tend to focus more on these two shades at the end, because this, I can't even tell if there's like any payoff whatsoever. But at the same time, I've been swirling everything because this can be too pigmented for like an everyday type of thing. But yeah, it's still in the stash. Not decluttering it quite yet, but it's a good candidate for one. Since this is super, super old, I could see myself decluttering it at some point, but I haven't quite pulled the trigger yet. I'm still like holding on to it for some reason. It's still a good product, at least. Doesn't seem to have gone off. So that's going to roll out. And then I have the NARS Orgasm Blush. My goal is to use this 15 times as well. I use this 10 times out of the 15 since it was in this project. I had this in my Shop My Stash before it was like officially in my project. So I did definitely get a whole bunch of uses out of it prior to putting it in the project, but 10 since it was actually in this project. So I have 5 more uses to go. It's so user friendly. It doesn't go on too strong. Like some of these other blushes can be super pigmented and do too much too soon, but that's not one of them. So that's a good one to have in my rotation right now. And then I have the Glossier Storm Blush, which also has the usage goal of 15. And this one I used 14 times. So I only have 1 more use to go on that. I only pulled this in last month, so I was able to get 15 uses out of it within the past month, which is pretty cool. But mind you, I don't really have a ton of blushes in my rotation right now, so that was kind of easy. And this is the actual flush that I'm kind of leaning towards more these days, more of like that berry wine, not really wine, I don't know, like a deeper kind of flush. I kind of like that right now. So 1 more time on this and then I can roll it out. I had a real like simple goal of using a bronzer 15 times, and because I use bronzer every single day. So this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer that I depotted from a limited edition Too Faced like holiday set from years ago. And yeah, 15 uses on this. Last update was 13 uses, that lucky 13. I don't know what's going on with that. I had to use it 2 more times and I used it 2 more times. So this is rolling out. Yeah, so this is an okay bronzer. It's a little bit more neutral than a lot of the bronzers that I have. A lot of mine are very warm. Yeah, I do like it. I don't know. There's not really a ton I want to say about it other than it's a decent enough bronzer and I got my 15 uses out of it. Yeah, I would like to hit pan on that at some point because I've had it for so long and there's like a decent little dent going in there. Yeah, that wasn't a goal this time around. I just wanted to use it. So that's getting kicked out. We had the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics. And this I wanted to get 5 uses on, just 5, because this is a really colorful palette and not one I'm really drawn to use this time of the year typically. But there are some nice little fall shades down here. And I figured I could kind of like play around with the colorful shades too a little bit and tone them down majorly. And right now I'm up to 4 uses on this palette. I have 1 more use left to go. And I've enjoyed it. Again, I haven't used any of the really bright colors. I did take some pictures of the looks that I made. The looks, it's not that exciting because I didn't really do the bright looks. I did very subtle, everyday appropriate for me type of looks. So like, don't hold your breath on those photos. But I'll show those in the finale. It'll be more exciting for that than this. I did use like a couple of these shades down here and was able to make a really cool subtle look, especially with, I think it was like this shade right here, kind of like shimmery tan gold. I don't even know what, like it has like a little bit of green in there. It's very interesting color, but I really liked pairing this with like a black eyeliner. But the bottom line is I used this 4 times. I have 1 more use left to go on this. I'm excited just to get any use on this at all, since it's not typically a palette I use in the fall at all. So that's something. That's something. The last product is from this Too Faced palette, the chocolate bar one, of course, and I wanted to hit pan in one of the shades, the shade being Marzipan. So last update, I used it up to 20 times with no pan, and now, look guys, it hit pan. I don't know if you can see it. It's like really tiny, but it's like right there. It took about 4 or 5 uses since the last time. So what is that, 24, 25 times since pulling it into the project to get there. So yeah, I'm really excited to have pan in 4 out of my 5 eyeshadow palettes now. I'm super excited. That was one of my goals this year with my eyeshadows that I felt I could kind of do. And I did it. Yeah, this shade is just like a champagne, like type of color, easy to wear most days. I'm not gonna lie to you though, like as much as I liked it, I felt like towards the end, I was just so ready to hit pan that I was like low-key hate panning it, even though I don't hate the color. It was like kind of meh panning it. I actually used it today after it hit pan, so I do still love it. I was just really wanting to hit pan on it, so I was like getting a little bit like, maybe a little too brash with it. Last couple uses. So I try not to like hate pan anything because like life's too short. But for that particular shade, like towards the end there, I was getting really like, okay, can we hit pan now? Like, anyway, the point is it hit its goal. I got pan on it in about 25 uses and I still managed to use it one more time past the pan. And I still like the shade despite low-key meh panning it towards the end there. Now it's time to think about what to roll in, and I'm kind of struggling with this because it's only 1 month left and I'm not going to finish anything in a month. So I have to be kind of strategic with this. Like, I'm going to set easier goals just because it is the last month and kind of take it easy because I don't want to torture myself. So I have a lot of fall type colors in my lip stash. The first one is MAC Stone. Now this, I think I might end up decluttering. It's almost like a purpley sepia, cool tone. Like this was very trendy like in 2016, I want to say, this kind of color. And while it's a cool color, I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. It's just, yeah, it reminds me of 2016 a little bit. It doesn't look that flattering on me by itself, at least. So I don't know if I need to keep stuff like this around. Even if I tried to mix stuff with it, it's like, is it worth it? I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get like 2 uses on this. I know that's not a lot, but again, I'm just trying to touch my fall lipsticks. I'm not trying to like torture myself here, especially with a color that I'm not really crazy about. I'm like literally gonna use all of these twice, okay? So I'm just gonna say that. But this is one of them. And then we have this e.l.f. Wine Tour lipstick. This is a really pretty like, sorry, there was like layering going on, so you can see that on the tip there. But this is a purpley, kind of like purpley, it looks like kind of bright magenta here actually. But I always consider this more of like a purpley color, but yeah, you can see there's a little bit of pink in it too. So this is the other one that I like to pull out this time of year. Again, twice. I think I'm going to use it more than twice. Like, I don't know if I'm going to wear it by itself as much, but I might blend it with some other colors. Fine, whatever. And then I have this Ginger Snap NYX butter gloss, which I've had forever, and this is like a deeper, as you can see, deeper butter gloss, very brown. I just need to use this because it's like the perfect window of time to use it. Other times of the year it might look a little too dark, but it's fall, November, like what the heck. And then I have another NYX matte lip cream. This is in the shade Toulouse and had this for a while. This is very similar to Abu Dhabi that I had in the project, but maybe a little bit more purple or lavender almost. This color, I was always kind of like wondering if it looked like too much because of that like purpley lavender pull for like a nude color. It actually doesn't look too bad and is definitely wearable for me. So I'm going to say like 2 times on this as well. I had used these a little bit like last month, like in a Shop My Stash, but then I kind of put these aside to focus on my Project Pan stuff. So I do want to whip these out and get like, you know, 2 more uses on each of these between now and the finale, which I think is totally doable, except for Stone. I'm not sure how I'm going to like using that twice, but whatever. We'll do it. We'll try it. Again, it might be decluttered, but yeah, because then I also want to start pulling in like red lipsticks and those types of shades, especially with like December coming into the picture. So yeah, I definitely want to take advantage of using these a little bit more between now and then. 2 uses on these 4 colors sounds fair to me for the last month of this project. I hope to use these more than twice, but twice is at least a definite number I think I can commit to. So we're gonna do that, and that'll be it for my roll-ins because I'm not really drawn to play around with blush or hit a goal on blush right now or eyeshadows or anything like that. I'm definitely still doing like a behind the scenes Shop My Stash thing, so I am using other eyeshadows and blushes, but I don't want to pressure myself with like number goals for this last month with any of that, just the lipsticks. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys hopefully sooner rather than later on here, and definitely by the finale. So I will see you then. Bye.